All right, all right. I'm back, family. I am back. Even if it's just one person in here, I will talk to you all night long. Not all night long though. Um, I just told you all that I'd be back. I had to feed my children, and of course, I did figure out how to get the chats up so I can see what you guys are saying. Um, so basically, when I was talking beforehand, before I got off here, um, I was namely just talking about what goes on up here because of the things that we've gone through in our lifetime. Yes, I'm still being refined. Yes, I'm still being purged of things. Who's that? Hello, how are you? Shalom. Yeah, yeah. Please like and share if you need to. I ain't trying to do nothing major. Um, but yes, as I was talking beforehand, um, I wanted to really dive into the fruits of the spirit, because when we are dealing with unhealed wounds and we're dealing with things, and I'm coming from a place where I'm still healing from a lot of things. I've been doing pretty good, Sister Chanel. I've been okay. Um, I'm just accepting things for what it is and letting Abba Yahuwah do what he needs to do in my life. Like I said before, in the two videos that I put out, um, I have been going strong, so to speak, for the past 30 plus years without a break. And I just been burying things on top of an unhealed, deep rooted wound. And I've tried 1,000 times to so-called heal, and it just never really went that route. And y'all forgive Jeremiah in the background. He's in there with his sisters, and there's three big girls compared to him. So he's doing his thing, getting on their nerves for one thing. But anyways, that's besides the point. Um, and what I want to do is just kind of let you all know that I'm a regular person, just like y'all. I don't have a status. Okay. I don't have a preference. You don't have to call me sister. I'm just Jessica. I'm just Jessica. And the Most High can use y'all to be a living sacrifice, to be a witness. And your life, your life is a sefer, a book that he wrote about you. Your life. He knows the beginning, the middle, and the ending to your life because he wrote the script. And a lot of times, what we do is we stray away from the path that he set us on. And then we end up finding our way back, but it takes us longer. Yeah, he's working on me. He most definitely is. He's working on me. Um, when I fell into the deception, I'm not gonna really go back into it and reopen that door and reopen that wound, but I'm bringing it up for a reason. Deception um, can be a plethora of things, not just dealing with false messiahs. Like I said, y'all forgive Jeremiah. He's Jeremiah. Harmony, he's fine. It's fine, cause I ain't faking the funk. I'm authentic. Um, like I said, you guys, y'all gonna get the good, the bad, the ugly, the whole nine, because I don't have anything to hide from y'all. I'm not on here trying to act sedity and to pretend to be perfect when my life is just I'm here. I'm just trying to make it into the kingdom the best way I know how. And I'm trying to live this day-to-day life under the oppression of the government. I better be careful, huh? But I'm trying to do the best that I can. And I don't have a perfect marriage. Absolutely not. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that Sister Jessica is perfect. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am not perfect from a long shot, but I am striving to be better because we know that the scripture says in Romans chapter 8, verse 28, that we have to be made in the image of Yahushua HaMashiach, right? We have to be made in his image. going back to the deception part, I'll give y'all a brief history of how I really just came into that stuff because, and I'm gonna warn y'all about gematria. It is, I'm not saying it's wicked, it's not, but the Kabbalah, that's where it comes from, Kabbalah, right? Gematria is quote unquote Jewish, um, it's Jewish, like, how do I put it? It's like Jewish magic or Jewish crystal ball, but you're typing in a word that has a equal amount of numbers or vibrational frequency that is equal to a number. And a lot of the times with the Gematria database, there's like so many of them, but I think there's two of them. Um, and when I find out how to share my screen, I will show y'all what it looks like. But how I got into the deception that Hamashiach was on Earth, I was watching this guy named, and a lot of y'all probably know this dude, and a lot of you probably don't. Um, I was watching this guy called Children of Israel out here. And this guy did a lot of breakdowns using gematria. And I had got caught up in it because I think the guy was claiming to be King David or something like that. And I was like, oh, wow, this stuff can tell you who you are. I should have known then. I should have known then that I was stepping up into the wrong foot. But now that I think about it, you all, I know that I was gonna use me greatly with all of this stuff. I know he is. Yeah, the truth shall set you free. It will. It is setting me free. And just a moment, y'all. Let me get my son something to drink. Okay, y'all. But anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, and I got into that, and I wish 1,000 times y'all excuse me. I think somebody downstairs burning up their kitchen, for real. But anyways, I um I got into that foolishness a couple years back, and then there was another brother, Lions of Israel. I guess he goes by another name now. He also was teaching the gematria stuff, and if you're not careful using the gematria databases, like you have the Germinator and then you have the Jewish one, they both do the same things where they flip the numbers and you take like the word yes and it'll have a numerical value or whatever. But what started happening was is people would say or type their name or their birthday or the place they live and it'll pop up saying something about them. And that's how it started, the deception in my life. And I'm not ashamed to tell it because I know a lot of people are definitely being deceived and deceiving themselves out here with a lot of stuff and do not know that that stuff right there is a form of witchcraft. Gematria. Not saying if you're using it to break down a word, like say for Hebrew or Greek or Latin, but you're not, if you're not using it to decode your future and all that stuff, then you're stepping into witchcraft and deception. Shalom, shalom, sis, shalom, or brother, shalom. But yeah, I wish 1,000 times that I never had fallen into deception the way I did. But I know for a fact that I was going to use me in that field. And a lot of the times when I was talking earlier, when I came on here, a lot of the times when you are in a training session, you know, you hear people call it when you're chosen, you have to go through strategic and like strenuous training. And to be a witness means that you can attest. To attest means that you have knowledge and wisdom about a thing. Now, let me use this for an example. And mind you, let me set the record straight. I am not trying to justify anything that I've done. I'm never going to hold myself up in the right when I'm wrong. Period. Okay, with that said, for an example, if a person comes up to you and you're teaching or you're giving out this truth and they say, well, I smoke cigarettes. Let's just use that for an example. I smoke cigarettes. And if you are not a smoker and you never smoked a cigarette a day in your life, how are you going to witness to them on how to quit? Now, you may have grew up around people that smoked all their life, but they are talking personally to you. How can you tell that sinner or that person that's struggling with smoking addiction what it's like? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what addiction does to you? Now, I'm not saying that you can't witness to people. Yes, you can witness to people that haven't gone through, that you haven't gone through the things that they've gone through, because the Most High will use you. That's what we are all here for, to be used by the Most High. Period. It doesn't matter. The Bible says for you to be a living sacrifice unto the Most High. And that's what we have to be. And I think a lot of us are scared because you're scared of what people are going to think of you based on your past, based on the struggles that you're dealing with mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You're worried about those things. And I do want to say this. I do appreciate all the prayers. I appreciate all the thoughtful and encouraging words. I was looking at everything. I was watching and I was looking. I appreciate all of you that, personally reached out and, prayed with me, read scriptures with me. I appreciate y'all for all of that. That was uplifting me and it's still working. Um, because I felt like I got hit by a freight train, literally. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to read my Sefer or my KJV. I didn't want to do anything. Just lay there. And Abba kept pressing in my spirit, you gonna get up. Get up. I want you to get in the first book of Baruch. And that's what you gonna do. And boy, did it tear me up. It nailed me. It nailed me big time. Because a lot of the times we get in our own way and we want to believe things because we want to believe things. And that's just not what it is. And regardless of what people say, the word is true. Every bit of it is true. Now, yes, they tamper with what they tamper with. They took out, they added in. But at the end of the day, when you have that spiritual discernment from the Most High and His Ruach Hakodesh, He will show you, and He will pinpoint what's in His Word is His and what's not. You know, um, I can't sit here and say, like I said again, that I'm perfect. I'm not. But can I witness to a lot of things? You bet your darn tootin' I can. I am a witness to a lot of things. A witness to a lot of things, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I don't know how many times I don't went to the school of hard knocks. And I think I'm a little slow, y'all, because I keep having to go back to the school of hard knocks because I be getting all kind of knocks upside the head. It's like I would be like, girl, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. you know? So, and I used to tell a sister a while back, I was telling her, I was like, I believe in the kingdom. They call me knucklehead because I'm just as hard headed. My head hard as a brick. And I always got to learn the hard way. I mean, ever since I was a child, I always kind of just been a knucklehead. Like, you can tell me something and I'll sit there and I'll listen, but it ain't sinking in till later. And I've been on bump my head, skin all the forehead meat off, and tore myself up all the pieces. And then I started learning to listen. So, and I just want y'all to understand something. It's okay. It is okay that you're not 100% up there. It is okay that you are still crawling. It's okay that you just now starting to walk, just like babies. Just like babies. They knees buckle and the legs shake. You're not going to get it all in one day. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that, period. You're not gonna get it in one day like that. But what I want to talk about, like I came on here the first time, I want to talk about the fruits of the spirit. Why? Because when we're dealing with deep, unhealed wounds that we won't allow to heal, or that you have been patching up all your life, excuse me, it will cause you to be stagnant. You can have a zeal for Abba, right? You can have a zeal for him. And you may have pure intentions, but the heart is deceitful, because in the subconscious part of your mind, sits things that you won't even come to terms with. So how are we to go into the fruits of the spirit? And I'm a I'm gonna go right here to Galatians 5. Y'all give me a minute. I'm gonna go grab my Bible. And the closest one right now is the KJV. And I'm gonna just be real with you all. I didn't even want to do this. I felt led to come on here and go live. Honestly. So I'm gonna go to Galatians chapter 5. Galatians chapter 5. And I might bounce around too for a little bit. I'm not trying to teach, I'm just trying to make a point here, I guess. So I'm gonna go to Galatians chapter 5. It's like one of my favorites. Okay, and I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start with verse 1. Okay, I'm gonna start with verse 1. So y'all gonna see me looking down because I got my Bible in my lap. And it says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty or freedom wherewith Christ or Yahusha or Hamashiach have made us free." That is a big word. The word free. Free means that you're no longer bound, that you're no longer held or restrained. You're not held back. That's what that means. Free means you are released from things that are not holding you captive. You're no longer a prisoner. You're no longer captive, right? So when you're dealing with deep, unhealed wounds, let's say this trauma, okay? Because there's a difference between, you got levels of hurt and pain. You got levels of hurt and pain. And right here in the book of Galatians, chapter 5, those things are in here. And a lot of the times, unhealed wounds causes and open doors where sin can creep into your life and will wreak havoc on you. Okay? But with Hamashiach, once we, are with him and we've given our lives to him, that yoke of bondage is no more. But the thing about it is you're going to have to do the work. Understood? You are made free in him, but are you receiving it? And I think that's what I and a lot of you have went wrong at. Because instead of us receiving the gift of salvation and knowing that we are now free in Hamashiach, we still hold on to things that are no longer a factor in our spiritual walk with him. Sure, yes, the things that we all have faced are painful. And yes, we still have some unforgiveness in our hearts towards things that happen in our lives, but we have to overcome it, because unhealed wounds, if left untreated, they will become infected. And once they become infected, it will spread throughout the body. And when it spreads throughout the body, that flesh begins to rot. And once it gets down to the bone marrow, if y'all following me, once it gets down to the bone marrow and it gets in the blood, you're good as dead. And that's what we got to stop from happening with all of us in the body of Yasharal. Be it if you've been in this walk 25 years, if you just now coming into this walk, we have to heal as a nation. We got to heal individually. You know what I'm saying? I think we all want to be righteous, and we all need to strive after being righteous. And we have to understand that we do fall, but don't waver in your faith. One thing about it, two things for sure, y'all. I have fallen many times and bust my face to the white meat spiritually. I'm talking about I'm tore all of it. It's spiritually, if y'all was to see me, my grill probably missing. And I got a lot of broken ribs. I know my ribs is crushed. But spiritually speaking, I'm tore up. I got a lot of stuff missing. I'm maimed. But just like Hamashiach told us, it's rather for you to have all this cut off and enter the kingdom of heaven maimed than to go to hell. Okay? Because if your right hand offends you, cut it off. Get rid of it. Get rid of those members off your body. That stuff that don't belong to you. That stuff that's not serving you a purpose. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Yes, you can do that. Enoch 2 Revelations. That's fine with me. That is so fine with me. Whatever you choose to do is fine. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going here. I'm gonna go to down here to the next verse, where I'm gonna jump down here where it's talking about the circumcision. And it says, verse 3, it says, let's go to verse 2. It says, behold, I, Paul, say unto you that if ye be circumcised, Yahusha shall profit you nothing. For I testify again to every man that is circumcised, that he is a debtor to do the whole law. This is talking about the outward stuff. Okay. And as he kept talking, what Paul ended up talking about was the spiritual aspects. He was comparing the two. You have the flesh, and then you have the spirit. And a lot of the times right now, I see it all the time, and I know it. I know this. Y'all got to keep it real with me over here. I know this for a fact, that everybody in this walk is worrying about the outer appearance, on whether or not you look holy, on whether or not you're calling on the right set apart name or the right transliteration. Y'all are worried about the wrong thing. The wrong things. What we have to be concerned about is on the inside, the inner. The inside. Hamashiach said our cups can be clean all day long. But if the inside of that cup is nasty, you're nasty, period. Correct? If the inside of that cup has unforgiveness, do you think Abba is going to pour into that? You think he's going to drink from that? Anyone? He's going to send anyone to you that is dealing with unforgiveness, and then you still have unforgiveness? Your cup is dirty on the inside. You got to get rid of that unforgiveness out of your heart. Heart. Not the one that's beating in your chest, but this one is your heart. It has to be circumcised. You got to clip off that foreskin. You got to get rid of that stuff. Right? And when we're dealing with that, like I said, deep wounds. Say, for instance, you got a sibling, right? You the oldest or the second oldest child. And the baby child, your baby brother, your baby sister, mom and daddy always favored the oldest and the youngest. And then you, and then your other sibling, let's say it's 5 of y'all. But out of all 5 of y'all, you the only one that didn't get no love from your parents. None whatsoever. And the one that you would confide in, probably is you next to the oldest one. The oldest always catch it. The oldest is always the one that has to put up with everything. Anyways, you always looking at your siblings, you was like, I'm not like them. Mom and dad love them more. And then you grow up hating your brother or your sister. All because you felt like you were overlooked. A lot of the times when you grow up like that, it's not because your parents had favoritism. It's because Abba had you set apart. You just didn't know it. They call it the black sheep of the family. No, you were set apart. You were different on purpose. You were weird on purpose. You thought differently on purpose. It's because that's the way the Most High made you. He set you apart from your entire family because you are a generational curse breaker. You are a warrior that is going to clean up that bloodline. You are a person that's going to come in and it's going to say no to the devil. You're going to say no to the ways of the world. You're the one that's going to come in and you're going to set the record straight. That's why your life has never been easy. That's why you wasn't a favorite child. That's why you was always underspoken in your household and you could never speak your mind because no one would listen. Abba was always listening. He had to teach you some things when you had to shush mouth, when no one would listen to you. He had to teach you some things. Why? Because you were going to have to get comfortable with talking to people. And then he was going to put you around people that were just like you. They had a hard time growing up and nobody would listen. Nobody would care. But you got a lot to say now because he made you become an observant. You was an observer. You had to sit back and watch. And although you wanted to say things and you were hushed mouth and you couldn't say anything, you were the least liked in your family. He set you apart. Listen, when we come to this earth, a lot of you that are chosen by the Most High, you are here to be tested because you have a great work to do. You have a calling on your life. Let's get into that calling. You are called, which all of us are called. All of us have gifts. All of us are called, but few are chosen. Why? Because not very many make the cut. This is Abba's army. And you are under the chief and commander, Yahusha. It ain't about you being the strongest prayer warrior or the most influential Bible scholar. It ain't about if you can speak Paleo Hebrew thoroughly. It ain't about that. We got to do the works that he did. So you go throughout training. When you say, I want to be closer to the Most High, you finna go through some stuff. So it will draw you to him. Understood? When you say, I want more faith, you finna get tested big time. When all hell starts breaking loose in your life, it's because your faith is being tested. When I was growing up in the apostolic church, we had this preacher named Brother Joel, right? And he would always preach this in his sermons. He would say, y'all need to be specific when you are praying to God. That's what he would say. And now that I think on it, I realized that he had a point. When you ask Abba for something, be specific. Be very detailed of what it is that you want from the Most High. Why do I say that? It's not that our Father won't give us the things that we ask for. He will. But before you can get the fullness of it, you're going to be tested. Your faith is going to be tested. He needs to see if you are going to quit before you get to the finish line, before you get your reward. Are you going to give up? Are you going to throw in the towel and say you're done? I was this close. And then I had seen a lot of y'all's comments. And I seen a lot of the prayers. I seen a lot of it. All the people that called me and all those things. And I was like, I can't. I just can't throw in the towel. What would all this have been for? All this stuff that I done been through my entire life. It would have been for nothing. Who else said that? And not one time do we see him being bitter. Hamashiach said the same thing. In Isaiah 49, here we have the Messiah, handpicked from his mother's womb, called of Yahuwah, to be a light, to be a savior, to be a sacrifice. Hello, Isaiah 53. They snatched his hair out of his head. They spit on him. They kicked him, bruised him. They did all kinds of stuff to that man. And at one time was he bitter. Not one time. In fact, when he was hanging from the tree, before they, did whatever they did to him, before he died, he even prayed for the people that did it to him. He prayed for the people. He said, forgive them, Abba, for they know not what they do. And a lot of time, we don't. We are so busy pointing our fingers at each other, not knowing each other's stories, not knowing the background. They say never judge a book by its cover. Why? Just because that book look a certain way, you turn your nose up at it. Or you say, oh, no, I can't take that serious. Open it. Open the book. Get to know the person or get to know the author of the book. Just like with this one. A lot of people frown on the scriptures. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's true. Oh, it's written by man. In every book written by man. In this book are stories about people that weren't perfect. Am I right or wrong? Come on, let me talk to me. Am I right or wrong? Huh? Am I right or wrong? Is the Bible about perfect people? Come on, ask it. Come on, let's just be real. Is the Bible about people that will put well together? No, it's not. It's not about people that were perfect. It's not about people that dressed holy and righteous all the time. What if you can't afford it? You going to hell because you can't afford linen and cotton and wool? A lot of us ain't got it like that. A lot of us struggling. I know I am. But listen to me. The Bible was never about perfect. It was about you learning and growing to perfection. Because Abba already knows we're sick. He knew this. He knew this way before you were even thought about coming here. He knew. He is the author and the finisher, the Alpha, the Omega, the Aleph, and the Tav. He is the beginning and the ending. There's no in between. So what is this book about? It's the basic instructions before leaving this earth. And when I say leaving this earth, I'm talking about you going in the ground, your body and your spirit going back to where it's supposed to go. Right? You either going to go to two places. And let's get this out the way too. Because studying, the Bible tells us to study, show ourselves approved, right? So we'll be workmen of the Most High, dividing the word equally, not being ashamed, right? You're not going to know everything. I said that before. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to learn all of this stuff in one walk. Abba has layers like an onion. He's been dealing with us, y'all, for a really long time. We are the most stiff-necked, stubborn, envious, jealous, self-hating, self-righteous. You name it. We are like that. Puffed up. We think we know it all. You can't tell us nothing. We have always been like that. And another thing that we do, we look down on one another. We look down on one another. That's right. Before we were formed in our mother's womb, he knew us. So when Hamashiach, when he did that sacrifice, he didn't have to. He didn't have to. Because he knew none of us was perfect. He walked a perfect life. We didn't. Now I'm going to tell you something. Ain't no way in this world any of us can do the things as perfect as Hamashiach done it. Let me tell you why. Because you don't like to listen. I don't like to listen. And I don't like to do whatever. I don't like to do whatever don't fit me, right? We all feel this way. You can't sit up here and fake the front with me because I'm human and so are y'all. And a lot of us don't like correction, but I'm one of the people that do. Tell me if I'm wrong because I like to be convicted because as long as you feeling that conviction in your heart, you're going to do what you got to do to get it right. Only when you don't feel conviction, you're a reprobate. And that's somewhere you don't want to be. It's where you know that you're doing something wrong and still don't bother you. Okay? Now, Hamashiach, right? We are supposed to be made in his image, right? That's Romans chapter 8, verse 28. We are supposed to be made in his image. And it goes back to the fruits of the spirit. And it goes back to these unhealed wounds, right? How are you to walk in love if you don't know what love is? Huh? And I'm going to talk on that in a minute. So I'm going to come back to love in a minute. How are you going to teach somebody about peace if you never knew what peace was? I'm not talking about a brief moment of relaxation. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true inner peace within you. Do any of y'all that are watching this right now, have any of y'all ever experienced true, undeniable peace within? Have you? Can you truly sit up here and say that you have gone a whole entire year without getting angry? Come on, let's just be real. Come on. You can sit here and say that you have gone a whole year where a person can come up to you and flat foot cuss you out and you won't say nothing but peace be with you. And it don't even bother you. You will pray for that person and intercede and it will make you mad. I know that for a fact that a lot of y'all are not there right now. A lot of you are not there right now. And that's okay. This is where the fire, the purifying fire of the Ruach HaKodesh comes in to purify us. This is why we have to continue to go back in that furnace fire. We got to go back in that fire. We have to be put through the fire to get rid of the impurities and the residue. When he takes us out and he looks at us, he'll say, well, she's got a few cracks on her. Let me put some mud on her, fill that crack in. I'm going to put her right back in the fire. This is what this is, y'all. So I don't ever want you all to think because you fell down yesterday, because you had a bad thought, because you at work and somebody said something off to you and you already been having a tough week as is because you're dealing with your mom and them. They don't want this truth. Your husband or your wife getting on your last nerve. You got a child that's strung out on drugs or whatever the case may be. You may be dealing with some addictional problems and you just trying your hardest to walk this straight and narrow. And then you come to find out, I'm not perfect. What do I got to do? And you sit there and you cuss that person out. Oh, I'm going to hell. I got to do it all over. Remember that you are free in Hamashiach. We have to receive the freedom. You have to receive the freedom. Once you laid down in that watery grave and you rose up with Hamashiach, you was a new creature then. No, nobody never said that the devil wasn't going to fight you. That's what he does. It's his job. It's his job to come and kill, steal, and to destroy everything that I will put in you, to sift you, to sift all the good parts. So the only thing that is left is the bad. We got to give ourselves time. Be kind to yourself and be patient because you were just out in the world not too long ago. You just stopped drinking. You just stopped smoking cigarettes. You just stopped cussing. You might slip up here and there, but you're trying to work on it. A lot of you just got baptized. You ain't going to be holy overnight. Continue to grow. You ain't going to spring up and be a tree overnight. When you plant seeds, it has to be watered. It has to be nurtured and taken care of, and then it'll grow. That's what we all are. Plants, fresh, green, tender shoots. And a lot of times, in the process of when you've been spiritually maimed, when you have been spiritually corrupted or spiritually damaged, whether you got damaged in this walk or before you come in this walk, like myself, okay? And you just been trying to go, because you don't want to quit. You don't want to give up. You don't want to give out. You don't want to give in, okay? You can't sit up here and be so hard on yourself. Take it from me. I know this. Being hard on myself and constantly beating myself down wasn't doing anything for me but making me not want to touch this word, making me not want to pray because I didn't feel good enough. I have felt like that countless of times, y'all. I done been there. But each time I notice something, my recovery is a lot faster. And I'm seeing that now, that the recovery process is a lot faster because I refuse to lay here. And I know what I said, that I wanted to give up. Yes, I did. But I had to think about where Abba brought me from. Y'all, I've been dead. I've been give up a long time ago, had it not been for the Most High giving me his strength. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. This world and the God of this world, which we know is Hashatan, Satan, Beelzebub, whatever you want to call him, Slewfoot, Slither Tongue, he's not to be taken lightly. You're going to need the Ruach HaKodesh. You're going to need Abba. You're going to need Hamashiach to help you fight him. Because once he has gotten his hands on you and he's fornicated with you spiritually, and you done did all that worldly stuff, and y'all was in a relationship, you and the devil, and you decide that you don't want to do these things anymore, and that you want to heal, and that you want to live righteously, and that you want to live a holy, set-apart life, he's not going to let that go. He ain't going to let you go that easy. So you got to fight. This is warfare. Warfare, it ain't no look. You can't go and say, well, I want to know what spiritual warfare looks like. It's not a look. It's not a look. There's no look to it. I can't sit up here and tell y'all what it looks like, but I can tell you what it feels like. Complete hell. Total chaos. And you think that those devils ain't gonna come? They gonna come. And they show up in unhealed places. If the devil ain't fighting you, you got a problem. That means you ain't got no light in you that he wants to put out. He knows for a fact that if you get where you're supposed to be in the Most High, you're going to be detrimental to his kingdom. That is the reason why he lets and keeps you in unforgiveness. He keeps you being jealous of your sister, your brother. Even in this walk, he keeps you having that hatred towards your mother, your father, your uncle, your aunt, your co-worker. He keeps you like that. And he keeps you like that because he knows as long as he can keep you in a state of discomfort, a state of unwantedness, a state of doubt, a state of unworthiness, you will never leave it. But you got to say enough. I've dealt with this stuff all my life. There's people out here that I know for a fact that I can help because I am a vessel. I too can be used by Abba Yahuwah. You are not so far gone and you have not did so badly where Abba can't touch you, where he can't touch you, where he can't reach you. Didn't he say that he delivers with a stretched out arm? Huh? His arm is really long, longer than mine. He can touch you. He can deliver you. He can save you. He can do all these things if you let him. But the problem is a lot of y'all are afraid of the pain. See, we have a thorn. And the thorns are the things that we have not overcome. Okay? It's the things that we haven't overcome. And a lot of us have a problem with gossiping. Yes, gossiping. I said it. Gossiping. Instead of us going to the Most High and talking to him about our personal business, we get on the phone with Sister Batty. Sister Batty, girl, did you hear about this and that? Well, Sister Batty, I'm going through this, and Sister Batty, I'm going through that. Sister Batty is sitting up here getting information because you didn't even know that Sister Batty don't even like you for real. She don't even like you. And she finna get on the phone with Sister Sally, and her and Sister Sally finna gossip about your personal business. Be careful of who you let in your life because you are so ready to make connections. Because you hear a person, even with me, I don't do that, but even with me, I'm just use myself for example. Just because I get on this platform and I'll say and I tell my personal life, I ain't got nothing to hide nowhere, and I told y'all that. But don't mean that you can confide in me. Go to Abba first. Always go to the Most High and talk to the Most High first about your business. And then you ask Him to direct your paths and put you in alignment with people that are like minded. Okay? With people that are like minded and with people that are healed and have overcome certain situations so that they can help you through it, not open up the wound and make the wound deeper. A lot of the times we are looking at these screens and we're scrolling and we see all these people, they look so well put together, and you're like, oh man, I want to be like brother so and so. Oh, I want to be like sister so and so. I wish I could do this and that. Do you know the cost of the oil that they had? Do you know what it cost them to get where they're at? Do you know the sacrifices that they had to make, or or whatever it was that they had to do? Do y'all know this? Never judge a book by its cover. Just because the outside of my book looked like a happy book, when you open it, you're going to find out that there's a whole bunch of pain in there. A whole lot of strength, but a lot of pain. A whole lot of this, but some thorns. It's a big, beautiful rose sitting there with a bush of thorns around it. Why? Sometimes Abba puts thorns around delicacy to protect it from harm. Think about that. Now, let's get into the fruits of the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit we find right here in verse 22 of Galatians chapter 5. And it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love. We're going to come back on that one. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. And I'm still asking Abba to help me with the temperance. And against such there is no law. Think about what he just said. Against that there is no law. Wow. These are the fruits of the Spirit. Whose Spirit? Abba's Spirit. Whose Spirit? Hamashiach's Spirit. Can a lot of y'all sit here and be honest with yourselves and say that you can walk the walk that Hamashiach walked? I'll be the first and say, nope. Because ain't no way back then would I had let them got away with that. Being the person that I am, that I went through the things that I went through, I can't sit up here and 100% say that I would turn the other cheek right now. You understand? This is why we have to have Abba work and do surgery, circumcision on our hearts. We can't walk in love if we don't know what that is. Let's see what love is. We're going to go to 1 John. 1 John chapter 4, I believe. Let me get there. Because we got to see what love is. And remember, love is an action word. It's an action. It's something you do. It can be a feeling, I understand that. I wear everything in the balance. That's something you all need to try and do. Weigh things in the balance. All right, let's see. I'm trying to get there, y'all. Navigating through my KJV right quick. 1 John. I'm going to go into 1 John chapter 4. Okay? And we're going to go to 7 and 8. That's what we're going to do. So it says, beloved, let us love one another. For love is of Yahuwah. And everyone that loveth is born of Yahuwah and knoweth Yahuwah. I love this. And it says, he that loveth not knoweth not Yahuwah. Why? Because Yahuwah is love. And let's go back. Now let's go back to Galatians chapter 5. And the first one that was named in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 was love. Love was the first one that was mentioned. The fruits of the Spirit. The first thing that was mentioned in the fruits of the Spirit was love. Love, y'all. How are we to love if we don't know love? I want y'all to think. Really think about what we are hearing right here. When I told y'all I never knew what love was, it's because I don't know my Father like that. Had I known that I am free, when he says you are free, you are free. And who's going to hold you in contempt? After all, the righteous judge is Yahushua. He came and he died for us. We are free in him. Not free to sin, but free from sin. That is love. That is the love of Yahuwah. Right? Because within y'all killing one of y'all children, or letting one of y'all children get killed for a bunch of people that don't want to repent, a bunch of unhealed people, a bunch of people that are broken, a bunch of people that don't even believe in him for the first part, don't believe in the Bible, period. Don't believe in Yahuwah. Would you do it? No, you wouldn't. Just be real. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't allow your child to be sacrificed for a bunch of people that just don't care. Even if they say they care, deep down, you wouldn't be sinning and you wouldn't make mistakes if you truly cared. That is walking like Hamashiach. Hamashiach had a fear for Abba that was so real that he was so obedient even to his death. He was obedient to his death. This is why he said that you too can overcome this world. You can overcome these things if you believe it. You got to believe that once you have been made free, you are free. And that's what I was dealing with me on right now as we're speaking. I'm not fixing to sit up here and wait 2 or 3 months, 5, 6 years, come back and talk, y'all. Now we're going to do this right now. I want y'all to see this in real time. Ooh, I feel it. Y'all got to see this in real time. Why? I'm not on here to get no likes and no following, no big following. I don't care nothing about that because you ain't following me. You need to be following the Most High and follow after Hamashiach. He's the true example. But what I can do is be a light and be a witness and attest to the things that he's doing in my life. So you can see what he is doing in my life, what he's doing to me. And that'll encourage you. That'll encourage you. That if you fall down and it's hard for you to get back up, know that where you are weak, this is 2 Corinthians 12, where you are weak, he is strong. You ain't got to be strong every day and you're struggling in your walk. You ain't got to be strong every day. That's why he said, cast your cares upon him. Cast your cares upon him. He cares. Everybody else don't care because they dealing with their own mess. Now, you might get a few people that do care about you. And I'm going to tell you something else. When people say that they pray for you, ask Abba. Because you will see a lot of people, they'll get and they say, well, I'm going to pray for you. Really, don't tell people that you're going to pray for them and you don't. Don't do that. Because let me tell y'all something. Abba sees, he hears, and he's recording all of this. Everything we do, everything we say, it doesn't matter. He sits high, looks low, and there's angels all around us recording everything we do. Even right now in this very moment on this live, everything's being recorded by the heavens. The angels are right now in my home recording what I'm doing. They do it all the time. Why? Because we have a court meeting to get to on this day. There's a day coming where we all are going to stand before the righteous judge, and he's going to weigh us in the balance. He's going to weigh us in the balance, y'all. What's going to be weighed more? Your unforgiveness, your pain, your envy, your hatred, your disbelief, your doubt, your hidden secrets. Well, I don't want everybody in my business. Everybody ain't got to know what I'm talking about. I'm a private person. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing private about your life. How your life gonna be private when I see everything? That is what's wrong with people today. You sit up here and you hiding stuff on the inside of you, and that stuff is killing you spiritually. It's killing you spiritually. And this is the reason why we don't know what love is. Had we known that love is Yahuwah, we would receive the forgiveness that he has for us. We will receive the gift of salvation and know that when we have been made free in Hamashiach, we are free indeed. And no matter what the devil try to throw up in our faces, no matter times how we falling down, get up. Get up. Has he parted that clouds yet? He hasn't parted the sky yet. So that means that you still got a little time. You got some time. Get it together. Get it right. Get this stuff out of you. We oftentimes say, I want you to cleanse me, Father. I want you to go in and I want you to get all that stuff out of me. All that stuff that ain't like you. I will get it out of me. Purge me with his socks and cleanse me where I be made whole. Careful. I will go all the way back. Baby, he go all the way back to stuff that you don't even remember. He'll bring us some stuff that you said 25 years ago and you can't even remember you said it. You know that same little argument you and your husband been having for the past 40 years? Yeah, he remember that too. And he'll take you all, and I'm talking about all the way back, baby. All the way back. And then you're going to be shocked when you have to realize, dang, I forgot about that. But Abba did it. But see, he's forgiving and he's merciful. But let's not get it twisted. Just because he has grace and his grace is sufficient doesn't mean that we have the audacity to keep put in his face all the time. You fall down, you get up. But when you get up, do what you can to stay up. And as I said before, I'm going to say it again. This thing right here is true. It's true. It's real and true. Well, Sister Jessica, you got a KJV. I don't care what kind of Bible it is. As long as I got the word in my house and I got access to the word of the Most High, I'm going to get this in me. That's how you all should feel. Let's get away from the shenanigans for a minute. Get away from the outward of the cup and focus on the inside of this cup. What matters more to you? The Hallelujah scriptures, the Sefer, the KJV, the NIV. What matters the most? You getting this word in on the inside. Once we get it on the inside, he's doing that surgery, just like Paul said, the circumcision. He's cutting all that stuff and peeling the scalp back and getting all in there and getting all that mess about your head. He got to get it out. It got to go. All that stuff. Let me tell y'all something before I keep going. I had this vision, right? I told my husband about it and my children because they my best friends. My children, my husband are, you know. Abba my day one, Yahusha my day one. They my day ones. But my family, my husband, my children, they're my partners. Them me. That's me. You know, we rocks together for real. And anyway, I told my husband, I was like, I had this dream or vision that I went to a psych ward, right? A mental hospital. And I was there for quite some time in the vision. But when I got booked into the place and I was in my little room or whatever, this black man came and got me, a black guy. I couldn't see his face, you know, but he had on a doctor's coat and he had like the little pens in the pocket. And he says to me, he says, I'm going to fix you. And I'm looking at him. And mind you, in this vision, this dream, I'm zoned completely out. I'm zoned out. I don't know if I'm there or not. And that right then and there, that let me know that I was spiritually and emotionally wounded. Not just a surface wound, no, deeply. Okay? Deeply wounded. And he said, I'm going to go in your mind. I'm going to go in your head. And he said, I'm going to take all that black stuff out your head. And then so in the dream or the vision, I went into surgery. And I could see myself laying on the table. And this man cut my head open, my scalp, peeled it back, my skull was open, and he went in my mind and got all this black goo stuff out my head. It was so much of that black stuff in my head. It had my entire brain, even the back of my eyes, was covered in this black goo. That was poison from all the stuff that I have faced in my life. All the negativity, all the doubt, all the hatred, the self-hate that I had for myself, all the hatred I had for my family members, all the things that the devil put in my mind, the things that he said I would never be nothing, I was never going to amount to anything, I would never be loved, I would never be wanted, I would never be worthy, especially when it came to Abba. And all of that stuff, that man took that stuff out my head. And when he closed my head back up, he put this cloth in this oil and he sealed my head with it. And he put me in a wheelchair and he pushed me out. And my husband and my 4 children were standing outside waiting for me. And he told them, he said, she's better now. She's been made whole. I know that time is coming, y'all. I'm walking in it. Ooh, glory. I'm walking in it right now. I'm walking in it right now. He's doing right now, literally. He's working on me right now in real time. He's clearing this up. He's getting that stuff out of my head. Deception, unforgiveness, unworthiness, doubt, depression, you name it. He getting it out of my head because he reminded me, greater is me that is in you than he that is in this world. Satan don't want us to be free, y'all. He don't want us to experience love. And we know now because of 1 John 4:8, we know that love is Yahuwah. Okay? And deep down, that's where a lot of the doors got opened there anyway, because a lot of us spent a lot of time not being loved properly, right? Now, the second thing, joy. Joy. What is joy? I'm going to try and pull this up. If y'all can still see me, let me know in the comments. I'm going to try and pull up the definition joy. Okay, I'm going to do it from my phone. That'll work better. So we're going to get the definition joy, and I'm going to go and use the etymology on my phone, and we're going to type in the word joy. If you all want to do it with me, it's best if you do it with me. It's the Etymology Dictionary. You can get it on Google Play Store, Apple Store, or you can just type it in on Google and get the full origin of a word, okay? So I'm going to type in the word joy. We're going to get the full definition here and the word origin of what that means. Okay, the word joy being used as a noun from the 1200th century and the 1300th century or 1300s is the feeling of pleasure and delight, source of pleasure or happiness, bliss, sensual delight. And it says at the bottom, I rejoice. So if we're not experiencing a feeling of pleasure and delight, good. Thank y'all for letting me know you can still see me. And I know I'm over here buffering too. I know I'm buffering pretty good, but anyways, but if we're not feeling pleasure or delight or happiness or a source of pleasure or bliss, which is like onset happiness, right? If you're not feeling that, then you're not experiencing the fruits of the Spirit. Why? Because of the first one, love. Love brings you joy because in love, you will find joy, right? Let's keep going because I think we have a bird. Okay. Now, joy being used as a verb comes from the mid 13th century, which means feel gladness or pleasure, which also means to be happy. And check this out. It says feel someone with joy, gladden, delight, have use of, and it comes from the French word joie, and it means pleasure, delight, glory, boast, rejoice, openly exalt, and find or take pleasure in something or someone. Now, If you're not experiencing no form of joy, then you are not in the fruits of the spirit. We already know what love is. Love is Yahuwah. Okay, you would have love. And I know that love also means love as in pleasure or an emotional state. Yes. So let's put those in hand because without the Most High, you ain't going to experience that no way. It ain't going to be of Him. So love and joy. Without love, there is no joy. Okay. Now we're going to go to peace. We're going to look at the word peace. I'm going to break down all these with y'all. Okay. Check this out. I want y'all to follow right quick. Hope you got your Bibles open. I ain't teaching. I'm just trying to show y'all some stuff. All right. And it says peace, being used as a noun, is freedom from civil disorder. Listen at the first word, y'all. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Then Paul just say in chapter 5 of Galatians, he says, stand fast or hold fast in some transliteration. Therefore, in the liberty or freedom, because liberty means to be free. Liberty, freedom, freedom, freedom. So peace is freedom. Peace means you're free. So when you have peace within, you are free. Is this making any sense to y'all? Okay, so peace means freedom from civil disorder, internal, see? Internal, not external. External means outside of you. Internal means within. This is dealing within you. You will have eternal peace. Check this out. It says eternal peace of a nation. Did not just say that we as a nation, Yasharal as a nation, we all got to heal. Every last one of us. I don't care who has the biggest following, the biggest ministry, the biggest whatever. I don't care if you ain't got but one follower or one person that you talk to each and every day. You all got to heal. We all do. As a nation, none of us have true peace. Once we get that peace from Yahuwah and from Hamashiach, where is Satan? He's always lurking. Y'all, he ain't gonna never just go to sleep. He don't sleep. He's clever. He crazy for one thing. He's a whole narcissist. If you ever want to know what a narcissist is, look at the devil. Always look at the devil because that's what a narcissist is. He's the father of them. A person that's like that never has peace. Satan will come and steal it. That is his job. He comes to steal, kill, and to destroy us. Why? Because he already damned. He already damned, and he can never get that back. He can seek it. He can sought it carefully with tears, which we all know he will never admit that he was wrong because he's prideful. He will never admit that he's wrong because he's prideful. But healing as a nation, y'all, I can't believe that this definition said. I'm going to show it. If y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can see that. But it says here, healing as internal peace of a nation. I want you all to put in this comment section, the 7 of y'all that's in this chat. I want y'all to answer this question for me. Looking at the entire body, the entire nation of Yasharal, do y'all see any peace among us, brethren and sisters? Is there any peace among us? I'll wait like 2 seconds. Come on. Is there any peace? Is there any peace amongst Yasharal as a nation? Let's just be real here. Is there any peace? Y'all know for a fact there is no peace amongst us. There is no peace in this nation of Yasharal. We can't even get along, let alone because I may call him Yahusha. There you go. Much disorder. That's right, Pure Yohanan. Yes. You can do it in the chats. And I'm going to figure out a way to try to get y'all on here where I can chime y'all in on the live so you can come in and talk. I'm still learning because they got a lot of new features on here. But yes, for now in the chats till I can figure out how to get y'all in and let y'all come in, okay? Because I'm going to start letting y'all come in and talk, because it ain't just about me. Y'all can come in and, as long as we keeping it holy, keeping it righteous, and we ain't cutting nobody down with words and using the word to cut people. No, you don't do that. You don't cause strife and discord and hurt one another with the word. The word is here to set you free, not to hurt you. And if it is to hurt you, it's to cut you so you can bleed out all the poison. Get rid of all the poison. It's to cut you, to circumcise you, to free you. Now, again, just like the sister or brother here, Pierre Yohanakin, said, much disorder. You are absolutely correct, because there is a lot of disorder in the body. Why? Because we all are trying our best to be above, to be better, to do this. And then what we do is we take each other and we stepping on each other to get to the next level. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't take my fall and use it to build yourself up. You can't take this person's fall or this person's setback and use it as a way to build yourself. Because it's a revolving door. This is a revolving door, and it's a mirror. What you do within reflects what you do on the outside. So Yasharal, since there's so much disorder amongst us as a nation, because we are all individually still seeking, still searching, unhealed, because we have not fully comprehended that we have been made free, that we are free, that we are free. He didn't come to condemn us, y'all. He came to liberate, to free you, to give you peace, rest, right? Let's get the rest of this. And it says peace, reconciliation. Reconciliation, that's what peace means, reconciliation. What does it mean to reconcile? To bring it back to what? Together, to unify. Have you been brought back together? Have you been put back together? If you have not had any of this happen, you're still not experiencing the fruits of the Spirit, right? Let's keep going. Silence. Why is silence also peace? This is the meaning, the noun of the word peace in the etymology. Silence. When this ain't racing 1,000,000 miles an hour all day long, you ain't got 1,000,000 thoughts running through your mind. 1 minute you got the Most High telling you something, then you're thinking about, what I'm gonna cook today? I didn't pay that phone bill. My phone finna get cut off. Oh my God, I got no gas in my car and I gotta go to work tomorrow. Oh, your mama calling, she need to pick up a medicine. Your husband getting on your nerve because he wants something to eat. All of this, and then you got the devil talking to you. Your mind ain't silent. Ain't no peace. So no, you are not experiencing the fruits, because first we had love, joy, and now peace. If you are not experiencing any of those three, you do not know what the fruits of the Spirit are. You are not in the fruits of the Spirit. Sure, you're going to have your ups and downs coming into this truth. Sure, you're going to have your ups and downs when you awaken into this truth. Sure. Because what happens when you've been asleep for a really long time and somebody come and wake you up? First, you're going to be groggy. You're going to be a little irritated. You're going to be a little disoriented. You're going to be trying to figure out, what's going on? Because you just woke up. You just woke up. You don't know what's going on. You got to figure it out. You got to sit there for a minute and you got to gather your thoughts. You got to think about where you come from. I want y'all to really think about, where have you come from before you was in this walk? Think about the chaos that was in your life, the hell that was in your life, or vice versa. You may have lived a life of peace, so to speak, or what you thought was peace. And now that you in this truth, all hell breaking loose in your life. You losing friends, family, loved ones, husbands, wives, children turning on you. You just lost your job because you refuse to work on Shabbat. And they want you to work every Saturday. Come on now. Who y'all fooling? You can't fool me. Because I understand. You human. And you are a human being trying to live an experience in a spiritual world, in a natural and spiritual world. You are carnal and you are spiritual. Huh? And oftentimes, because of your spirit, who you really are, it's going to want to lean towards the spiritual aspects of the Most High, the spiritual things. But your flesh wants to be carnal because of this world, because of the things that are in this world. You don't want to forgive that person because you feel like, the way you did me, you think I'm going to forgive you for all the stuff that you done to me? I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I shouldn't have to forgive you. Why don't you apologize to me? That's not how it works. Because then you have no love in you. Then you ain't got no joy. And you darn sure ain't got no peace. If you will walk around with unforgiveness in your heart, trust me, I know this. Do you know what they're doing to you? Tearing you up, and I know it. You can't get no sleep at night. You can lie to yourself all you want to. Lie to yourself all you want to. But you are losing more sleep than you think you get because you don't have no peace, no love, and no joy. And if you had true peace, this would be at rest. It would be silent. Every night you sleep good. Think about it. Come on. Use this for a minute. Use this for a minute. He gave it to us. Use this for a minute. Think about it. Think about that. All right, let's get the rest of it. And it says agreement, treaty of peace, tranquility, absence of war. Did you hear that? That's what peace means. Absence of war. When you have peace, you are no longer warring. You're no longer fighting. You don't have to fight no more when you are at peace. You're not fighting anymore. You're not warring against things in your mind. Don't y'all know this is the biggest battlefield? This is one of the biggest battlefields that there is. Matter of fact, it's the main battlefield because this is the temple of the Most High. This is where He is supposed to dwell in all of us, right here in your mind. Who's governing your mind? Abba knows that none of us are perfect. He knows this. This is why He had grace. This is why He sent Hamashiach, right? Because He knew none of us was perfect. He knew a lot of us was going to continue to fall because we're in unforgiveness. He knew a lot of us was going to try to do this and do that and do this and do that. He knew. But time is running. So we got some hard decisions that we have to make, right? All right. So, and then the next word is long suffering. Long suffering. And that means patience. And y'all, woo-wee. Boy, I'm going to tell you now, I am not the one to be talking about long suffering. I'm going to tell you that now because I don't like it. All right, long suffering being used as an adjective means bearing wrongs. Listen at this, bearing wrongs without retaliating. Didn't I just talk to y'all about that? Didn't I just say, can y'all sit there and let a person flat foot cuss you out and don't say nothing back? You know that one family member that you just never got along with and they talking junk about you throughout the family? You cannot say nothing. You can't retaliate. This is what long suffering is. Long suffering means bearing wrongs without retaliating. And it also means from the 1520s as a noun, it means patience under offense. Ask yourselves right now, can you truly have patience while you under pressure? And I'm not talking about no little wink-a-dink pressure. No, I'm talking about being pressed. Where you at your wits end, you don't have it up to him. And anybody wants to say something, you can snap at any given moment. That's the type of pressure I'm talking about. Where you just don't have enough. You don't say to yourself, enough is enough. I've had it. You at that breaking point where any little thing, the next word come out their mouth or the next thing you hear, it don't matter what it is, you gonna break. And you just go, ah! But can you do it without doing all that? Can you be long suffering? These are the fruits of the spirit now. And I told y'all a lot of the times, the reason why we are stagnant and we cannot operate in the fruits of the spirit is because we are walking in unhealedness, unforgiveness. We're walking in unhealed wounds because you don't think you're free. I know this. I know this. Beating yourself down ain't gonna help you. Look at Hamashiach, all that long suffering he did. Ain't no way. Ain't no way none of us, and I mean none of us, could have put up with the stuff that he put up with. I mean, look at Peter. Peter was not long suffering at all. He wouldn't cut the man ear off. He couldn't even bear to see Hamashiach going through all that turmoil that he was going through. He wouldn't cut the man ear off his head. Hamashiach really didn't need you to do that. He could have called down 10,000 angels to defeat whatever he had going on. Yes, he is. He is still carrying the load. 100% correct. He's still carrying the load. Why? Because his shoulders are made for that. He said, come unto me. When you have been laboring and you burdened down, come to him and he'll give you rest, peace, joy, love, long suffering. Let him carry it for you while you're being patient and waiting. He knows you suffering, but give some of that to him. You ain't got to carry this alone. That is what I'm saying. Well, Sister Jessica, what about you? Y'all, what y'all think I be doing behind this camera? I be talking to him. I be doing what I need to do. I hadn't touched my Bible in almost 2 months. Scared to go before the Most High because I'm like, but I messed up. I fell down. Get up, girl. That's what my daddy's saying. Our daddy's saying to y'all baby sis, get up. You know better. Get up. Yes, I'm mad at you. Yes, I'm going to chastise you. Our big brother looking at me like, you know better, sis. Get up. Yes, I'm upset with you, but get up. This ain't you. Get up. You have our Father's strength within you because you know for a fact, if it had not been for the Most High, neither one of you would be standing today. Count it all joy. Know that you are being tested. Your faith is being tested. Why? To see if you are his. Are you going to quit? Are you going to give up? Whenever we are running a race and you could be dead last, you going to give up because you dead last? No, finish the race. You know you trying to lose that little extra pound. You know us women, I got a pudge because I got 4 children. Some of us might got the pudge a little bigger, might hanging over a little bit. That's okay. You still look good, baby. But you want to get rid of that. When you go to the gym, you can't expect day one and then the pudge is gone. Or some of you men, y'all front is bigger than your back, and you want to lose something and get a 6-pack or 9-pack or whatever, some chills up in there. You can't expect to see results on day one. It don't work like that. This is why he said to what? You got to work out your, what that word is? Work out. Work it out. Work it out. Work it out. Work out your own salvation. Your own salvation. Not mine, but yours. Your salvation. Your salvation. Your salvation. This is your walk with him, not my walk and your walk with each other. No. Your walk personally. Because on that day when we all stand before that throne and Hamashiach telling them, hey, bind them hands and feet and throwing them down in the lake of fire, I ain't trying to go there. I can't survive it. We already getting a little taste of it right now. Imagine having to do this over and over and over. All the unforgiveness, you got to live in that for eternity. And then whatever other sins that you did, you're going to be repeating that for all eternity. I can't live like that. I can't do it. And then miss out on the Most High. All that peace and love. What you say? By removing sins from his siblings. There you go. There you go. A little shock at a time. Listen. What you just said is 100% correct. What you just said, sis or brother, is 100% correct. This person said by removing sins from his siblings. Who is his siblings, everybody? Us. And yes, you other people of the other nation. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You other people. When I say people, I don't even want to call y'all Gentiles. I don't even call y'all white. Other people from the other nations. You are part of this as well. I'm not going to exclude nobody because salvation is free to all that will believe. And nope, I'm not a Christian. I'm just telling y'all what the Bible say. It is given unto everyone. A remnant. I'm glad you said that, John. A remnant is a small amount. We're going to get that definition in a minute. A remnant is a small amount of people. Let's get this out the way. I know I hear a lot of teachings. I even used to teach y'all to myself. Well, ain't nobody going but Yasharal. Let me tell y'all something. We on the judgment. Y'all forgot about that. The house of Yasharal. We are under fire right now. He starts with us first. Why? Because we the apple of his eye, number one. Number two, we the salt of the world. Number three, we the apple of his eye. And the main one, he chose us above all nations. We making him look bad. So he got to clean up shop. He got to clean up everything. He got to clean us up first, which means he got to set us on fire. Go back and read in Isaiah chapter 1. That right there explains everything. There's no bomb to cure us. He going to have to burn us up. All of us. Y'all excuse my son. He going to have to burn us up. Burn us up with the purification of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, which is nothing but fire. Fire. Fire is the best purifier. Why? Because it get rid of everything. And if you ain't willing to get burnt up, then I don't know what to tell you. But all of that stuff got to go. It has to be circumcised. Your heart has to be circumcised. It has to be circumcised. Y'all give me just a second. Because my son got his little tablet up a little loud. Sorry about that, y'all. Jeremiah doing his thing. And I shouldn't have messed with him because he was watching Peppa Pig. I understand, son. Go in there, okay? Because mommy talking. But yeah, what you want me to do, son? But yes. Now, yes, that fire is something else. Yeah, he got to chisel us away. He do. Because at the end of the day, y'all, we ain't been holy our entire lives. Even if you grew up in a Southern Baptist holy church or a Pentecostal, apostolic, whatever church you grew up in, maybe you didn't grow up in church. Maybe you grew up in spirituality and your grandmama was a voodoo queen. You still, all that got to be burnt up. All of that got to go. Maybe your people come from Freemasonry and Easter Stars. All that got to go. Every bit of it. It has to go. It has to go. Because I'm going to tell you something. Abba is going to have order in his kingdom. Ain't going to be no unrighteousness in his kingdom. So you being an Israelite, that don't mean a hill of beans. It don't mean the hill of beans. It don't. It don't mean nothing. Your skin color and your DNA, your bloodline has nothing to do with the inside, the spirit. It ain't got nothing to do with the spiritual aspects of your life. Because this is an eternal thing. This is eternal. Eternal. Where are you going to be? That's right. Those who don't have uncircumcised hearts. Come on, y'all. Don't you want to be free? Do you really want to walk like that? Y'all, I suffered for a really long time because I was holding unforgiveness in me. I held all that stuff in and it was just, oh, like nails and screws in my head. It's just digging deeper and deeper. And every time something else piled on top of it, whether I got hurt or I hurt somebody, especially if I hurt somebody, man, you know? So this, your hair, that the fringes, the border blue, that where is that going to do for us? It ain't going to change the way you are on the inside. Is you wearing your fringes going to help heal the situation that you got going on between you and your mama? Huh? You and your sister that you ain't spoke to in over 20 years? Huh? Or you and your brother because he slept with your baby mama? Huh? And he got her pregnant too? I'm talking about some real stuff here. Is you being an Israelite still going to help get you in the kingdom when you got all that stuff still in here and you ain't bearing no fruit? You ain't bearing no fruit. The fruits of the Spirit is love. We talked about that. Joy, peace. And we just did a deep dive on the word peace. A whole deep dive on the word peace. That's right. For we wrestle not against the flesh, but what? The Spirit. Let's get that one too. Let's back this up before we keep going. I ain't going to be with y'all long because I got to get ready to open the door for my husband. It says right here, let's go back to verse 15 right quick. Like I said, I ain't trying to teach. I'm just we're just vibing right now. We vibing with the Most High. We just vibing. Okay? We ain't got to make it net to superficial. We ain't got to do all that because over here we're going to be real. Ain't no groups. You ain't got to follow me. I'm just here to keep it real. Okay? So we're going to go back to verse 15. And it says, but if ye bite, y'all know what that means. You know what it means. Clap back with your mouth. Huh? If you bite and devour, you know what devour means. Girl, I just ate her all up. Girl, I got a mouth. I got a mouth. Bro, let me tell you, bro. Man, bro over there talking, man. Man, I just did him in, bro. I just went in and got him out, bro. Y'all know how we do one another. Come on now. Let's just keep it real. And it says, take heed that ye be not consumed of one another. Don't consume one another. It says, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. Why? Because we brothers and sisters. We really ain't brothers and sisters. We brothers and sisters in spirit. Oh, really? I'm going to tell y'all something. If we come from the 12 tribes, they were brothers. Okay? Reuben, Simeon, Naphtali, all of them were brothers. So we all first cousins, second, third, fifth, we kinfolk. We from different tribes, but we from one nation. The nation got divided into two. But the Bible says until we come back as one, we got to be on one accord. We can't even get on one accord, y'all, because you're too busy arguing about his name is Yahuwah. His name is Yahushua. His name is Yahweh. His name is Ahiah, Asherah. Be quiet. Hush. You call him Yahuwah. You call him Yahweh. And let's just all just agree to disagree that we love Abba. But right now, because your mind is still tore up, you still got hatred in your heart for your brother. And you talking about a name? You talking about whether or not I got on fringes or not? Or whether or not I keep the Passover or not? And you worried about that like they're going to get you into the Most High's kingdom. They ain't going to get you into the kingdom. Because you just got mad and coveted because your wife, she ain't in the truth. And you over here looking at Sally Sue and Bobby. And Sally Sue been in this truth and she walking the straight and natural. She walking the straight and narrow. And you looking at their man wife and you like, dang, I wish my wife could be like her, more holy and righteous. I'm over here with a heathen. My wife a heathen. She like to celebrate Christmas. She want to go to every Walmart and get every Christmas decoration because But I want my wife to be like Sally Sue. That's covetousness. You coveting. You already done broke one of the laws. Mindful. Be careful. Be very careful of how you point them fingers. Y'all see my hand? See, I'm pointing. 3 more doing what? Pointing right back at me. Careful. The Bible says, judge not, least ye be what? Judged. You got to be, and Barry, that's right. I don't know who, John. Man, you bringing it in here. That's right. We got to be on one accord, one mind, one spirit. That's Ephesians chapter 4. How are we to be following this book? The basic instructions before leaving earth, the sefer, the hallelujah scriptures, which means all praise. All praise. Hallelujah. All praises to the most high word. The law, the way, the truth, and the life. This is this thing where nobody can go to the Father without it. How are we to say that we are living according to this when y'all can't even decide on whether or not y'all brothers today, because you just had a falling out with a brother because he don't think the way you think, or he don't look at that scripture the way you look at it? It ain't for you to do that. The Ruach will give you the interpretation, because all we really doing is regurgitating what you already done heard. All you're doing is regurgitating the same foolishness. This is talked about in Isaiah chapter 14. All we're doing is regurgitating the. It will take you into the truth. It will prove all things. Thank you for telling me that. It will prove all things. It will remind you. It will correct you. It will humble you. That fire will humble you. I'm a believer. I can attest. I am a witness. I'm still getting put and burnt up. And that's facts. And I'm standing on that. I'm getting burnt up as we speak. Why? And I'm going to sit in this fire. I'm not fixing to run from it. And I'm going to jump in these cool waters. It feels so good when I touch my word today in my sefer, and I put my hands on that book, and I opened it up, and I got in the first book of Baruch, and Abba was just tearing me all to pieces, and I was in there crying, snot coming all out my face, and I was just so thankful to just be in his presence. To just be in his presence. That's right. He said that we will be hated for his name's sake. How are we going to get it together, y'all, if we don't have the love, if we don't have joy, if we don't have peace and long suffering? If we don't have that, do you really honestly think that you are bearing the fruit of Hamashiach? Are you bearing the fruits of the Spirit of the Most High? Are you? Really, I really need you all to really listen to yourself. Ask yourself that. Look at yourself. Point your finger at you right now and say, so and so, whatever your name is. Am I really doing this? Do I really bear the fruits of the Most High? Am I really bearing the fruits of my brother? Check yourself. Check yourself. What's the next one? Gentleness. Gentleness. Let's look it up. I'm finna wrap it up in a minute. Why did? I love this, y'all. I love you. I love you. I honestly don't know why Abba had me come on here, because I would have never did it. Period. I would have never did it. But I love being obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And it says the word was gentleness. That's the next word in Galatians. We in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. We ain't even got past the other part yet. Okay, so what you say? That's right. We have to. And love. Love is a must. All four corners of the earth. We ain't got it together, y'all. We ain't got it together. I gotta drink some of my tea. We ain't got it together, y'all. We don't. I'm telling you now, we don't. We all over the place because we ain't on one accord. You got some people that are in groups or have big platforms that say, well, this group over here, da 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 da. No, 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 no. I know we can't all come together right now, but he will gather you and align you with the people that you need along your journey. He will. That's right, Brother John. Love will cover a multitude of sin. It says it in Second Peter. You can't go wrong with this word, y'all. Everything we need is in the basic instructions before leaving earth. Not just any basic instruction, but the holy instructions, the law, the way, the truth, and the life. We don't get this in us. We ain't bearing no fruit. Because if we were all bearing fruit, we'll all be having love, joy, peace, long suffering. And now we're finna break down the word gentleness. Okay? We're gonna break down the word gentleness. And we already know from the root word is gentle, right? Okay? Then we're gonna look at the word gentleness. There it is. It says gentleness used as a noun comes from the 13th century or the 1300s and is inherited nature, meaning freedom from harshness or violence. Look at us. We constantly putting each other down, talking about each other. I'm gonna say this. When I did that, now Abba, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, this is real. And I know y'all been watching me. Y'all remember when I came out with the word? Abba gave me that word. And I came out and I said he was going to start exposing stuff. I didn't know he was going to start with me first. I didn't know that he was going to use me to start with. But it's okay because we are all supposed to be living sacrifices for the Most High, witnesses to attest to his glory. See, when you are a vessel for Abba, you are going to get used for whatever he chooses to use you for. It may not be for you to be called to be a teacher or or whatever. He may call you to be a cook. He may call you to do this. He may call you to do that. But in order for you to, when you answer that call to whatever he's called you to do in his army or his kingdom, you're going to get tested. He got to make sure that you are authentically you. Are you his? Because he knows who belongs to him. He know we can't fool Abba. We can fool each other, but we can't fool him. Is he in you? If Abba is in you, you will bear his fruits. You will have his spirit. You'd have his spirit. What did you say? Yes, he did. He openly rebuked spiritual religious leaders. And that's the one thing I'm going to tell y'all. He was spiritual. When I say spiritual, I ain't talking about all that voodoo hoodoo mess. No, I'm not talking about that. He understood. He understood exactly what the Torah was. The Torah is a moral compass, a moral guidance to how we are to conduct ourselves. It starts within. And then it shows. You are to be wearing the Torah on your forehead. You are to be marked with the seal of the Most High, which is his word, right? His law. And how you know that it's in you. He said that he would write it in our inward parts. He never said that you weren't going to fall short. He never said that you weren't going to make no mistakes. He never said any of that. He said he was going to put his law on your inward parts. And how would you know that it's in you? Because you would bear the fruit. Hamashiach summed all them laws up into one. Well, two. Love your neighbor as yourself and love the Most High Yahuwah with all your heart. Because if you love your neighbor, which is your brother or your sister, and the strangers or the other nations, when you love them, that means you know who love is, because love is Abba. Okay? And it's also an action. When you love, you show it. How do you show it? Because you'll have peace in your heart. You'll have long suffering. When they coming at you hard, talking junk to you, you'll have love in your heart. Huh? You'll have that long suffering in your heart to tolerate that mess, because you know deep down that person is going through hell. That person is going through something that they need help being pulled out. The Bible said this, Hamashiach said, I will make you fishermen of men. How you gonna get the biggest fish in the lake? Oh, wait a minute, because a lake is it sitting still water? That water don't sit still. It's got a current underneath. Huh? It's got whirlpools in there that'll suck you down. So when you out there fishing, what kind of bait are you using? Are you using hatred, puffiness, pride, envy, jealousy, lavishness, gossip? Huh? Lovers of yourselves? Huh? Is that what we're using now? Are we going against each other, or are we going to help one another with love? I'm going to be patient and catch this fish, because I see that sister right there, she done been through some things. I have too, so I'm going to take my time, because I know this fish right here, once I get this one on the plate, oh, it's going to be pleasing to the Most High, because he been waiting for this. Didn't the Hamashiach say that he would leave the 99 to go get the one? And some of you are that one. He going to leave the 99, which is Yasharal, and go and get the one, because you precious. You ain't got it all together. Lord knows that you ain't got it all together. You know you ain't got it all together. But he see this. He see what's in your heart. And what's in your heart is that you are trying. You are trying to get it right. And you keep saying, I keep messing up. I keep messing up. I keep messing up everything. Every time I turn around, I try to read the Bible and I don't understand what it's saying. And then if I call so-and-so, they always think that since I've been in this truth, they think I know it all. And I don't have a clue. That's okay. You don't start the race off and think that you're going to finish it the way you started it. When we all started this race, we had energy. We was pumped. We was ready. We was all in it. And then the truth started happening. Things started resurfacing. And you keep trying to push it back down. Don't push it back down. Let it come out. Because Abba is trying to free you. Because you got all this stuff in you. You got all this bitterness. You got all this hate. You got all this unforgiveness. You got all this envy. You jealous. You mad. You just hurt. Period. Because you ain't healed. You ain't healed, baby. Yasharal, other nation. Y'all go through it just as much as we do. I understand we ain't nobody been through it like us. Take it from me. Sit down and have a talk with one of these other nations. Have a talk with them. I promise you, you got something in common. Because the way this world going, everybody done been through hell. Everybody. Everybody. The only difference is the texture of your hair, your blood type, and your skin tone. And while we all talking, now half us ain't Yasharal. Now let that one sink in. Because the Bible said that he said he would send forth Elijah to do what? Okay? Elijah's supposed to sort this thing out. We just gonna keep it scripture, right? We can't interpret it and have our own interpretation of things. That's what we getting in trouble at, because we all trying to interpret this book instead of letting the Ruach HaKodesh interpret it for us. Okay? That's right. It is. And I agree with that. I agree, because that's scripture. That's right. These are the judgments of America. Yes. Yes, it is. That's right. Now, what I want to do, I want to stay on task here. And it says gentleness. And we're going to get this, like we said, we're going to get this. It says freedom from harshness or violence. Freedom from harshness or violence. Now we're going to get the root word, which is gentle, which is an adjective, come from the early 13th century in the etymology. And it means gentle. And I want y'all to see this. Oh, I wish y'all could show y'all this. I want y'all to see that first word right there. How can I do this? Let me see here. Maybe if I turn it down. I'm gonna see if y'all can see the. Can y'all see that first word right there? Right here. That first word right there says Gentile. I can't make this up. The root word in gentleness is Gentile. Gentle. And the first word that comes up is Gentile. Y'all got to really study. The Bible says for us to study precept upon precept, upon precept, upon precept, upon precept, line upon every line. Here a little, there a little. And when he say line upon every line, he wants you to break that down. Break it down to the very tiniest notch. Break that thing all the way down, because we are speaking a cursed and confused language that has a whole bunch of words that have been jingled and jabbered and smashed together. And that's the reason why you got 2, 2, 2. You got the number 2, 2, 2 as in also, and 2. I want to come too. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Right? Come on. Let's keep going. So it says Gentile, gentle, well-born, of noble rank or family. High-born, worthy, noble, of good family, courage, valiant, fine, good, fair, graceful, nice, pleasing. Same family. Did y'all catch that? Same family. Now, who is royalty? A nobleman is a person that is, that is a person of, that is in with royalty. Let's put it, they work with the royalty, or they are friends or some type of thing with royalty, right? A nobleman is a person that's high stature. Now, because Yasharal, all of us are royalty, right? Because we are the sons and daughters of the Most High, and we're co-heirs with our brother Hamashiach, right? So we are royalty. Now, in order for us to be gentle or have gentleness, we also have to be gentle. Do you get what I'm saying? You got to be gentle with one another. And that means receiving the Gentiles. Because let me remind y'all something, Yasharal. I understand you talking about the Amorites. I understand that you're talking about Esau, brother, and I love it. Keep bringing it. But I want to say something right quick. And they messing with my screen. I want to say something right quick. Y'all forget that we got ourselves into this debacle with Abba. That's right. Yahusha and Yahuwah, he loves the Gentiles. That's right. There's two sects. You got the Gentiles of the other nations. Then you got the Gentiles that's of Yasharal, spread it to the four corners. They don't even know who they are. And for how we've been carrying along and carrying out and acting the fool the way we've been acting, I don't blame some of our brothers and sisters that are out there lost, looking at us, and they still caught up in the, in the matrix, and they still celebrating Christmas and all that foolishness. Okay, cool. But how are we ever going to be a light, that beacon that sits on top of the mountain, on the hills, if we can't even get on one accord? If we still got stuff up in here that needs to be circumcised, that needs to be burned and purged out? You're not going to get this overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Like I said before, when this stuff starts to surface and you all of a sudden just agitated for no reason, and all of a sudden these thoughts just come to popping up in your head from the past, let it go. Let it come up. Why? Because you forgot that you just prayed a couple of nights ago, or you fasted 3 months ago, and you was on a 2-week fast, a 7-day fast, a 3-day fast, an intermittent fast. It doesn't matter. You was fasting, you was praying, and you were crying out to the Most High, and you said, I want you to purge me of everything that is not of you. Everything that is not of you. Y'all, hold on a second. I gotta go let my husband in, okay? Just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But anyway, like I was saying, um, we have to understand and understand that this walk is not gonna be easy. And if we're not together on one accord, we can't help one another if we still have a whole bunch of stuff that we have going on, right? Yes, Yahuwah is definitely working with a lot of people right now. He is going in and he is circumcising a lot of our hearts right now. You know, he's going in and he's cleaning us up because we have to remember when you ask Abba for something, like I said earlier, be specific when you talk to him. I mean, like literally keep it real with Abba because he know your heart. You don't. You think you know what you want. You think you know what you need. You think that you got it all figured out. You think that you got it all planned and mapped out. You don't. That's the key thing right there, Brother John. He wants us to obey. Oh my goodness. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I don't care if you bust your face wide open in this walk. Get up. It was hard for me to get up. I just said I laid in the bed. I didn't want to read my Bible. For 2 months, I wouldn't touch my Bible. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to go before Abba because I already knew what I was going to hear. I knew he was going to chastise me. I knew he was going to get me. But he said, get your tail up. You still got work to do. You took an oath. And you told me, you made a covenant with me. You married me. And you said that you in this thing with me for all eternity. He been holding his end of the bargain. Are you? How can we show forth love in this walk to one another if we ain't got ourselves together? Again, we pointing fingers at everybody. Ooh, that brother there, that sister there, that. Oh, I ain't like them folks. I'm glad I ain't like that. Man, shoot, man, brother. I ain't down on that brother level. Hey, careful. 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 Because you still got some stuff in there that you hiding and you know it. And as I told y'all before, a lot of y'all ain't ready to face the music. You ain't ready to face that. You're not ready to face that. Look exactly. Job, perfect example. Job, perfect example. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. When I was little, I used to pray all the time, right? And I always wanted to be like Job because I just thought Job was just this dude. He was just, man, you just went through it all and you just loved the Most High. But as I got older and I started reading and studying the book of Job for myself, this man suffered what, for about 30, 40 years? He suffered, y'all. He suffered. Long suffering. Seems like to me that Job bared the fruits of the Spirit. This man had love. He had a whirlwind, which is a tornado, came and killed all 10 of this man's children, and he still loved Abba. How many of you can say that right now? That if a storm or somebody hell bent on drugs come in and blow your child brains out, that you still gonna love that person, that you gonna forgive that person right there, the drop of a dime, you gonna say, I forgive you. Let's keep it real. Now let's say it was one of the other nations that came and blowed your child head off in front of you. Would you sit here and tell me that right then and there, you're going to have the fruits of the Spirit within you? You that righteous and you that holy that you can forgive a person that wronged you. You know you ain't going to do it. Be real with yourself and real with the Most High. Let me tell you why you ain't going to forgive that person, because of this. This right here is why you ain't going to forgive them. Because your flesh is in the way. I know this. I can't tell you how many times I don't operate in I feel it. I feel the ruach. I can't tell you how many times I don't operate in my flesh, baby. Why? Because I'm human. You got to be in season as you are out of season. What that mean, Sister Jessica? What that mean, baby Sue? What that mean, Auntie? What that mean? I'm whatever you need me to be at that point in time. What that means that you got to be in season as it is you are out of season. The Bible said there's a time and a place, a season for everything. He know for a fact that you ain't going to be walking in the Spirit at all times. He know that. You got to be in season as you are out season. Balanced. But never get caught slipping in the spiritual realm. Why? Because Satan is out to do his job, and he's doing a very good job of it. And I ain't giving him no credit because I don't like him no way. He come to kill, steal, and to destroy everything that is in you that is of the Most High. Why? Because is he mad at you? Yeah. But not just because of you. He mad at himself. He mad at the Most High. Satan can never get back the glory that was once bestowed upon him. He could never get that back. But you, on the other hand, it's like you getting a slap on the wrist. Why? Because you in flesh. And his flesh was made what? Was made what? It was what? It was what? Who did it? Hamashiach did it. He came in the flesh to do what? Condemn the flesh, not your spirit. Are y'all reading the same instructional book that I read? I don't care if it's the Hallelujah scriptures. I don't care if it's the Sefer. I don't care if it's the Apocrypha. I don't care if it's the 1611 King James. I don't care if it's the NIV. I don't care if it's the Holy Bible. I don't care. Do you have this word? Are you truly reading it? Look at King David. And a lot of us go to his Psalms or his songs to get inspiration, to get encouragement, to get healing, to get all of that good stuff, that good nourishment within us. How you think he got all them beautiful poems and all them love stories that he wrote to the Most High Yahuwah? How do you think he got them? This man went through pure D hell. He was an adulterer. This man had diseases, all kinds of stuff. But before then, he was an old shepherd boy. I just saw that. All praise to the Most High. He was an old shepherd boy. Huh? You know what a shepherd is? They keep the sheep, the goats, the oxen. Huh? He was a shepherd. He watched over the flock. He made sure that the big bad wolves and the snakes and the adders and all the other things weren't coming to get those sheep. Huh? Them goats, whatever. Mainly they herd sheep. But he protected them. He was an old shepherd. He watched over the flock. And then one day he became a king. Huh? Over who? Who didn't like him? Saul, wasn't it? Huh? He had a huge giant that he killed with smooth stones, bust him between the eyes and killed him dead. Big old 15, 20 foot tall man standing over this little 5'9" little boy named David. And he smacked him in the forehead between the eyes with 3 small stones and killed that poor thing dead. A big giant. Your big giant, my big giant, are your unhealed wounds. Once you get hold of the strong man and subdue him, get him out your house. Get him out your house. Get the strong man out of your house. And then you let the Most High, you let Yahuwah, you let Yahusha come in and sup with you. Sure, your house is tore all to pieces. We know this. He know you ain't put together well. He know that. He know that you coming from a place of darkness. He know you coming from a place that you ain't too well known up here because you've been striving for so long. You just trying to make it. You just trying to make it. You trying to fit in where you can get in because all your life you've been rejected. All your life you've been the black sheep. All your life you've been turned down. All your life you just been trying to be received. You've been trying to be loved. You've been trying to be, just trying to be. Well, you already been accepted. You just don't realize that because you don't realize you're free. When you accepted him, he accepted you. But he already accepted you way long before you came to this earth. He said before you was in your mother's womb, he already knew you. He already wrote your cipher of life. He already got your story already mapped out. It don't matter which way you try to turn, which way you try to go. If it was meant for you to be with Yahuwah, that's where you gonna end up. If you go there and you ain't nothing but just head and shoulders, okay? Like Hamashiach said, it's best if you cut what's not serving you, cut that thing off, or you gonna be in hell, huh? So yeah, I'm spiritually maimed, but I'd rather be maimed and get into that kingdom than to have all that on me and bust hell wide open. Come on now. Admit it to yourselves that you ain't at your full potential and you are not bearing fruit on your tree because you still are hurting. Admit it to yourself. Once you start being real with yourself, you can be real with the Most High, even though he already know. He already know because you can't fool the Most High. You can't. You can sit up and play with yourself all you want to, but you cannot fool the Most High. It don't work that way. You will never finish this race the way you started it. Why? Because this race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but those who endure. Your trials and your tribulations come to make you what? Strong. Strong. Where? Strong in your body? No. Strong in your spirit. Because we are battling not against flesh and blood. This ain't got nothing to do with you being no Israelite. This ain't got nothing to do with you being no Gentile of other nation. This your soul, your spirit. It don't matter what color you is if you going to hell. It don't matter if you Yashara or Gentile of the other nation. It don't matter if you man, woman, boy, girl, young or old. It does not matter, Jew or Gentile, Hebrew or Goim. It don't matter. If your spirit ain't right with the Most High, if you ain't bearing the fruits of the Most High, you are going to that place that you don't want to go. And that go for me too. Check yourself at the door. He said, behold, I stand at the door and I knock. Let him in. You scared about what it's going to look like because you ain't well put together. So you try to make yourself look righteous. You try to make yourself look holy. When you know you ain't got it all together. You ain't got it all together. Just a moment, y'all. Let me go grab my charger. One moment. Just a moment, family. You see that drop cord on this? It might work over here. Okay. Just a moment, everyone. Because my laptop is going dead. All right, family, I'm back. Ain't nothing gonna stop what I was doing. We can't let that happen, ain't it right? Anything man-made, you know you gotta put some to it. All right. What you say there, family? That's right. Rotten fruit will always fall. Always. Always. Check yourself. Really go within. Like go deep within. Have this with you. Have the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Huh? Because it ain't how you start this race off. Like I said, I'm gonna repeat this again. It ain't about how we started off. Because we all start off the same way. Happy, we excited, we in this truth. You know, we got it going. We finding out who we are. It don't matter. We all indigenous. I don't care nothing about it. We indigenous to all the land, okay? We all indigenous, okay? We all indigenous. That's right. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. John, you over here got me going. Brother John. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself, because I'm going to tell you something. If you think for 1 minute that you're going to get in there and you got this, it ain't all the way got that, it ain't got all that stuff out of it. Just pick you a pit in hell, because that's where you're going. You're going right in the pit, and you're going to be tormented, and you're going to be tortured, and whatever you didn't allow to come up out of you, because you want to hold on to it, and you want to suffer, huh? You want to just keep clinging on to it, and you want to keep holding on to it. Hold on to it, because you know where it's going to take you? Straight to the pit. That's where you're going. When you die and you leave your body, because I'm going to tell you something. When you leave this body, right, there's 2 places you're going to go to be held at. The pit, right? That's hell. Not the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the second death. Are y'all reading the same book? Okay? Or you're going to go to the bosom of Abraham. That's a paradise type place, right? It's like paradise. It didn't say the kingdom. Ain't nobody there but the Most High. Huh? It's uninhabited. New Jerusalem ain't got nobody there. Mama is empty. Our real mother is empty. It's desolate according to the book of Baruch. It's desolate. Ain't nobody at home. Ain't nobody in New Jerusalem. It ain't inhabited by nobody but the Most High and the angels. Ain't nobody there. Ain't no souls there. If you did good and you finished out and you went, and when you went out this world, you went with the Most High, you went well, and you went with the fruits of the Spirit within you and the Ruach HaKodesh within you, you're going to be in the bosom of Abraham. If you did not do well, you're going to be held in the pit. Hell is a holding place. Huh? Hell or Sheol is a holding place. It's a jail, a prison. Once we go before the Most High and we are judged on that day according to the book, the Bible said when the books were open, we'll judge according to the books. What books? The law. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Or do you? We're going to be judged according to the law. The books. What books? Them first 5. Them books with all them commandments and laws, statutes, and judgments. That's what we're going to be judged from. The deeds. The deeds. Whose mark are you bearing? And if you're bearing a certain mark, whether that be Yahuwah's or Hashatan, there's 2. Hashatan's, Yahuwah's. Which one are you bearing? Because the fruit will show. It's going to produce fruit. If you're still operating in unhealed places, it's going to show. And you're going to have bitterness. Nobody want to be bitter. You don't want to be a bitter person. A bitter person, I just don't see no growth in it. When you bitter, it's like you choking your own self up by the root. Huh? You killing yourself when you bitter. Because you absolutely are unwilling to forgive anybody when you're bitter. Because you feel like you don't owe nobody nothing. And bitterness is just like pride. Careful with this, people. All right, let's get the rest of it. Goodness. I'm about to wrap it up. Goodness. Let's type in the word goodness in the etymology. I feel good. What about y'all? Y'all feeling all right? Y'all good? Let me know. Talk to him. I know him before people in here, but that's all right, because the Bible said, well, there are 2 or 3 gathered in his name, there will he be in the midst. Let's get it. Goodness. Goodness is a noun. It's Old English, which comes from the root word godness, or Godness, godness, or virtue, kindliness. Huh? It says divine goodness. Then we go to the root word, which is an adjective from the word good, and it means, come from the Old English, God, with a long G, or, of course, good, but it's spelled G-O-D, God, right? And that's why they say God is good. Y'all, this English language is something serious. I told y'all. All right, now the word God or good means excellent, fine, valuable, desirable, favorable, beneficial, huh? Full, which means you ain't empty. Entire, huh? That means you are complete. And look at the next word. I can't make this up. The next word is complete. Of abstractions, action, etc. What's the next little part? Let me find it and let me keep my eyes on it because I lost a little spot just then. Where we at? We at the bottom. Fit, suitable. Listen at this. To gather, to take up together. So, are you still bearing the fruits of the Spirit? Huh? I know, brother. I know. Are you still, I'm breaking down the word good, okay? Are you still bearing the fruits? Are you really bearing the fruits of the Spirit? Are you completely whole? Are you completely free? Huh? Are you exuding the fruits of the Spirit? Because if you are completely healed. Because you'll be showing love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, and now we're on the word goodness, right? And goodness means honor, to gather, to take up together, desirable, fine, excellent, good, beneficial, full, complete. Are you complete? Huh? Are you desirable of the Most High? Can He use you? Are you able to be used by Abba? Or are you so complacent and so filled with bitterness and pride that you don't want to be used? Because once you are used by Abba, you are exposed, baby. You got to be in the light. And any darkness in you will be exposed. Hello? I know what I'm talking about. I'm not listening to get on here and fake the funk with y'all. Not me. No way. We're not going to do that. And then faith. Let's look at the word faith. That's the next one. Faith. Faith. I know a lot of you say, well, I got faith. I got faith. Do you really got faith? Huh? You know, a mustard seed is real tiny. You drop it, you'll never find it. But when you put it in the ground and you nourish it with water and light, with sunlight and all that, it grows into this mighty tree. And then it starts producing the fruit where the seed is on the inside. Are y'all catching on to what I'm trying to tell y'all? Huh? Yeah. It is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Huh? Faith. Huh? Faith. Having faith. Right? Having faith. It says from the mid 13th century, faithfulness to a trust or a promise, loyalty to a person, honesty, truthfulness, belief, confidence, a pledge. It goes back to the word trust against, credence, reliance. And then it also says, it gives you the root word, not root word, it gives you the word health, right? Let's see if it's in a verb or adjective. They use it for anything else. No, they don't. Now, going back over the word faith, when it says the fruits of the Spirit is faith, right? One of the fruits of the Spirit is faith. That means being loyal, to trust or promise, being faithful to a trust or promise. I'm sorry, Shalakia. Loyalty to a person, honesty, truthfulness, faith, belief, trust, confidence, a pledge, huh? Reliance. Are you reliable? Can we sit up here and say that we are reliable to the Most High? Are we reliable to one another? Can we be reliant to one another? Can we be dependable? Huh? 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 Can we really do that? Can we? Can we really look at the next brother or sister when they going through a situation and say, hey, you got this, I got you. Come on. Come on. I ain't got it all together either, but I'm going to help you, okay? Because you helped me. This is what we're supposed to be doing for one another, y'all. And until we can get this out, let me tell y'all something else. You want to know why come this awakening is not hitting as hard as it should on a spiritual level? Because see, what we are doing in this awakening is we're making this about the flesh. That's what we keep falling short at. We got to come out of the carnal mindedness. That's what I failed at in deception. I truly want the Messiah to show up right now and be on this planet. It's not going to happen that way. We all going to see him in the clouds. And that's just scripture. Period. Sure, I am tired of this place. But I have to be in the spirit and know that this word is true, it's solid, it's a rock, it's our foundation, and we can't go wrong when we are truly planted. And this go for me too, baby. When I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me too. When we are truly planted in this word, that wind may blow and shake us to and fro, but don't move. Don't be moved. If it tosses you, you still gonna be just like that with your foot planted. But still get up. It's hard. Yes, it's hard, but you can get up. You can get up. Look at me. It may not be quick. It may not be quick, y'all. I may not be at full capacity, but I'm getting up. I'm getting up. For greater is He. He is great, y'all. He is too good. He too good to pass up. He too good to pass up. He just too good to pass up. And he too good for us to keep holding that stuff in us. When he said, stand fast or hold fast, which means don't you let it go. Don't let go of this liberty, this freedom that you have in Yahusha. Don't let go of this love. Love. Let's put it in layman terms. Yahuwah covers a multitude of sin. Why? Because Yahuwah is love. And without love, you ain't gonna get the rest of it. Because and when you love, you will have temperance, which I just told y'all I'm still working on temperance. Okay? I'm still working on temperance. I think we all are. But and meekness, that's the next word. Let's get meekness. Because I just want y'all to understand some things. A lot of us are really fooling ourselves. We're fooling ourselves out here. We're fooling ourselves out here. And I know for a fact, I don't want to hear, turn from me, you worker of iniquity, for I have never knew you. Do you honestly think here that you have a true and honest relationship with the Father? Do you? Can any of you sit here and say truly and honestly that you have a true, honest relationship with the Father? That you can sit here and be honest with Him as much as you are or think that you are being with yourself. Are you truly bearing the fruits of the Spirit? Are you truly healed? Has your mind truly been circumcised? Have you? That's right. We all cannot afford to go to the place we think we know it all. It will never work that way, y'all. Meekness means the virtue of humility, softness of temper, gentleness. Y'all, you can't make this up with the fruits of the Spirit. All of them, every word that I keep looking up, it all repeats each other. And we can't, you right, brother, we cannot be leaning to our own understanding. The Bible said that the heart of a man is deceitful. Our minds lie to us every day because it's undecisive. You got one side of your brain that is rational, and then you got another side of your brain that is irrational. And you got one side of the back of the brain where all of your thoughts are birthed at, which is your subconscious mind. When you go to sleep, that's what's active. The subconscious mind, the one that's like, don't do it. And you do it anyway. Huh? Again, who is governing this? Who's there? The fruits will show. It's unforgiveness in you. It's doubt in you. Unworthiness. It's any of those things in you. Do you have temperance where you are slow to anger? Huh? Have you reached these little fruits here? Have you reached those fruits? Have any of you reached those fruits and can honestly say that you have? I'll be one and say, I'm not all the way there yet. I'm not all the way there yet. So first, I want that meekness. I need meekness because I want to be humble. Because I know I ain't got it all together. I know I don't. But am I willing to be used? You're darn tootin'. I'm ready to be used. Use me. Make me out to be what you need me to be. And sometimes I be eating my words, but that's all right too. And our last one is temperance. Let's look up the word temperance, and I'm finna get off here, y'all. Temperance. Huh? Temperance. And I told y'all I be struggling with temperance. Temperance, being used as a noun from the mid 14th century, means self-restraint, forbearance, moderation, self-control, sobriety. And then it says, see, temper. And the word, well, let's keep going. And then it says, by the late 14th century, it means mildness, gentleness. Ain't gentleness one of the fruits of the spirit? Come on, I'm talking to somebody. But anyway, and it says observance of a balanced or moderate course of action. Okay. And then the verb, of course, the root word comes from the word temper, which means mix or work up into proper condition, adjust or restore to proper proportions, um, restrain within due limits, to be moderate, restrain oneself, um, for times and seasons. Like I said before, there's a time and place for everything. Really check yourself at the door, y'all. I still have to check me at the door because I still have some things that I'm dealing with up here that has to be cleansed. It has to be uprooted and circumcised out of my heart. Because I will tell you this now, and before I get off here, there's a lot of us that really think that we're going to make it into the promised land, into the kingdom. We're not going to be there because of the things that we still have here that are uncircumcised. We need to make sure that we have this circumcised and let the Most High come in and purify this thing and make our hearts right and get rid of these unhealed wounds. Let him come in and purify you with that fire. Let him heal you. Come out of hatred. Come out of all that stuff. Come out of discord. Come out of the strife, period. Love, 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 love is the key. It starts all the other stuff. But I love y'all. And I'm gonna get off of here. I enjoy talking with y'all. I hope that I get to do this more often. And like I said, when I figure out how to chime y'all in on the live, I'll start letting some of y'all come in and give y'all input, because it ain't always about me having to do all the talking. I'm sure our uses whoever he wants. Who are we to tell him what to do and who to use? Okay, if he used that donkey, he'll use you. If he used a rock crowd, he'll use you. Okay. I'm no better than y'all. I'm still on this race just like y'all. I'm still trying to get to the Most High too. Okay? And I'm spiritually main. I'd rather be spiritually main than the bus heel wide open. But I love y'all. I'm just gonna get off of here. I appreciate everybody that was on here, Brother John. I know everybody done got off. Brother John and the rest of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all that was on here on my live. Hopefully we can come and do this again. And like I said, when I figure everything out, I will start chiming you guys in. So I love y'all. I'm gonna get off here. Shalom and peace and prosperity to you all. Good night.